Welcome back. I'm Mariella.
And I'm Lloyd.
And this is
Cake
for Breakfast.
Yes.
So this is a very cakey for breakfast morning. There is so much to talk about, but before we talk about it, I want to shout out Dana's Treat Things. We have cake pops today, and I believe these are like chocolate covered marshmallows. Dana's Treats and Things is a Black and Brown owned business. She does all our cakes, so we're definitely going to be bringing you guys some of her sweet treats.
Yeah.
She's so talented. She's amazing. And so we definitely want to shout her out and promote her business, Dana's Sweet Treats. You can find her on Instagram.
Mm-hmm. What's her Instagram?
I think it's Dana's Sweet Treat Things. Yeah.
Dana's Sweet Treat Things?
Yes. I'll tag it.
Yeah,
I'll tag it.
We'll tag it. And then we'll also put a
So
link
if you're in the Queens area, New York area, we highly recommend her baked goodies. She's so creative. She's so wonderful.
Yep. She makes a lot of delicious treats.
She does. And for every holiday. She does something for every holiday, and she has like specials and menus. So I would definitely link up with her if I were you. I'm not you, but if I were, that's what I would do.
Yep.
So today, that's our cake for breakfast.
Yep.
And we have a lot to talk about. So,
we do have a lot. We do have a lot to talk about. But just to piggyback off of what you were saying just now, these treats are absolutely delicious. And we're going to try to have something different from different people, whoever wants to promote their bakery or their brand. You could hit us up.
Absolutely.
And we would be glad to,
showcase
it. And we do purchase our stuff. We're not looking for anything free.
No, we do purchase.
We buy all our things. So just hit us up. Let us know. We'll purchase something from you. We'll promote your specials or whatever, because that's just who we are. We want to see people do big things.
Yes.
So
we also like to share the goodies.
Yeah, we like to share the goodies too. Come on.
We like to share. We like to hook people up with the goods.
And Dana's Sweet Treats. She's an amazing person. She makes great cakes, great treats. In my opinion, her prices are very fair. So definitely, hit her up. All right, we'll put the link in the description, and we'll also tag her to Cake for Breakfast as well, if you guys wanna,
check it out.
Anyways,
I can't wait to eat one.
Yeah, I know. Right? I'm looking at it. I'm like,
well, with that being said, what did we do last night? Because we sent out a little recording to the world. Where were we?
So we was at Madison Square Garden last night.
MSG, baby.
Yeah, it was at MSG, not the stuff they put in Chinese.
Chinese food.
All right. We was at MSG, and we went to go see a Haitian artist by the name of Arlie Lariviere. We went to go see him at MSG.
I like that guy.
And it was what was it called again? The
Compa in Symphony, which was quite an experience. It was really, really different from what I'm used to whenever I go see the bands live. It was great. Wow, it was a really, really good show. They had a whole orchestra. Mm-hmm. Strings.
Yeah, violinists.
Cello, trumpet.
They had a whole orchestra. The maestro. Shout out to him.
Maestro was superb. I need to know who he was.
Superb. I mean, he was the hype man, the everything. I mean, and he later on he had hit this violin solo that was like
his violin lit up.
It lit up.
Yeah. And it was a white violin that lit up. So it was like super pretty. And the moment he picked it up, I was like, what did he just pick up? Because even though I was paying attention to the artist, obviously I was following along with that. He was a presence on that stage.
He was.
And he shared it so beautifully with Arlie.
Yeah, he
did. So when he picked up whatever white thing that was, I literally had to actually, and the other thing we did was we were actually in the moment. Like, we took a couple of pictures here and there, but we were really like in the concert. And at one point, I remember I took out my phone just to see what exactly the man had pulled up, because there was just this thing. And when I realized it was a violin and I realized it lit up, I was like, I couldn't wait to see what he was gonna do next.
And the way he was just moving with the music, vibing, even singing along to certain songs. And this, I don't know if he was Haitian or not, because obviously, like, if you're looking at him, you would think he was just like a regular Caucasian guy, right? Like, he just look Caucasian, long hair, whatever. But Haitians come in all different shapes and sizes, colors. So for all we know, he could have been Haitian, maybe not. But I mean, not saying that you have to be Haitian to enjoy the music or know the music. You don't have to be. There are fans of compa music all over the world. Mm-hmm. Even in places I would never even think, like Germany.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they have the classes too, the Kizumba classes and all of that.
Even in Japan, China, they have compa lessons that they give. Mm-hmm. And social media has opened up like a doorway.
We're global citizens.
That is crazy. So he could have been Haitian, maybe not, who knows. But man, he loved that music just like everybody else that was there. You could tell by just the way he was
he was in it.
Like,
he was in it. And there were points where he was dancing, it was just, or I could say, which is what happens to you and I when we listen to different music, it's just the power of the music.
Yeah.
It just takes you away, you experience it in its...
It just takes you away.
In its rawness and what it does to you to be in the moment with all that other energy that everybody's putting out. Like, and that, concerts are very humanistic. Is that a word?
I don't know if that's a word.
I don't even know.
It's a word now. All right, we're going to patent that. So don't use that. Think twice before you say humanistic. We're coming after you.
No, but concerts are really like human connection at its finest.
I agree.
Because we were all like,
and if you looked at the orchestra, so many different colors in that orchestra.
And they posted all the orchestra members on Instagram today, and I was just like, wow, like all over the place.
Yep, so many different colors, so many different people. But one thing I will say is that they were all in their seats, playing their instruments like this,
vibing
to the music.
Everyone was vibing to the music.
You don't have to be Haitian to understand compa music. It's, even if you don't understand the language, it's how you feel in the moment. Mm-hmm. That's what makes you love the music. It's not about the language. And with that being said, we're gonna go into the halftime show.
Ooh, the halftime show. Speaking of language barriers.
One of the most, I believe, controversial halftime shows, even more controversial than Janet showing her titty on. So
I'm gonna ask you a question, right?
on live TV.
Because we were alive for that. I forgot about that.
Of course, we were alive.
Was it controversial, or did people's ignorance make for controversy? Because
people's ignorance.
Because there was nothing controversial about the content of the show once we saw it, right? It was just in Spanish. Bad Bunny is a Latino singer.
Rican.
He's Puerto Rican. Yep. He's American. He's Puerto Rican. He's from the United States, right? Because Puerto Rico's a Commonwealth.
Yeah.
Puerto Rico has two main languages, actually. Spanish and English. Unlike the United States that does not have an official language, Puerto Rico has two. And Bad Bunny is not a crossover artist. Like, they play him on Hot 97 in Spanish. Yeah. So the fact that this was even created to become a controversy was really crazy to me.
Yeah.
And because we're doing the parallel of last night to Bad Bunny, I don't speak Creole. Right? But I hang out with your family and I hang out with your friends and we go to the Haitian parties and we do all of that. And I'm chilling with music no matter what. Like, I'm having a good time. I'm dancing. Some of the songs I know. Yeah. No, I don't know what I'm singing. Nope, it doesn't really matter to me because I'm just enjoying it. I speak Spanish And I always say this to you, like, I can hear other people talking around me in another language, and it has never bothered me to feel like I need to know what you're saying, or I want you to speak English so I know. I also don't think people are talking about me. Yeah. Like, I'm just like, whatever, you're having a full conversation about whatever, and it's probably more delicious in your native language because, you know, bochinche is always better in your natural tongue. So to me, I went to this concert last night, and I love Arlie, right? So I enjoyed the music, and I have no idea I have partial ideas of what the lyrics were. And the same goes for Bad Bunny. Like, I understood what he was saying, but I didn't feel like the lyrics of his performed songs were the thing to pay attention to. I think that there was a lot of imagery, a lot to
debunk,
and a lot to really take in from different cultures.
Yep.
Right? From different cultures, because all of our cultures, all the countries we all hail from, have at some point been under someone else's rule.
Yeah.
Right? And we've lost things, language, money, culture, tradition, etc., due to having been placed under somebody else's rule, colonization, things like that. So I found the halftime show to be something that I didn't have to speak the language to understand what was happening. I thought the imagery was phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
Phenomenal.
Oh yeah, it was. It really, really was. Yeah, it was again a lot to take in with the halftime performance. Man, you don't have to be Hispanic to feel the culture, to feel it. You don't have to speak the language to feel what it does for you in your heart. Like, and you know what made it controversial with certain Americans, and I'm not just talking about, I'm not on some like black or white or none of that, just Americans who aren't open-minded. You know, the Americans who say things like, "Oh well, I don't understand, so I'm not interested." That's the problem.
It's the lack there of curiosity.
It's the lack there of curiosity. You know, fear comes from things that we don't know or understand.
Yeah.
And
we've seen where that ignorance has led us time and time again. And so it is it's almost like highly disappointing in society as global citizens. And I'm going to stay saying that we're global citizens because we live in an era that, like, if I want to see how something, you know, something that is happening in Germany, all I have to do is go on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Like, I'm so connected to the planet. So as a global citizen, it's hard to be so ignorant, really, when you can just Google something so quickly.
And then to see, like, first of all, I don't expect this type of behavior from anyone in 2026.
We shouldn't.
So let me be very clear about that. Whether you're black, white, whatever color you are, in 2026, we should be used to or accustomed to certain things. You know, our surroundings are made up of so many different things, people as well. So it's too, like, we've come too far to still be here. But what really disappointed me was to see people our skin complexion on TikTok or Instagram making these posts saying things like, "Why am I watching the halftime show? I don't understand nothing he's saying. Why do I have to watch it? Don't watch it." That's fine. But listen to yourself. Why do I have to watch it when I don't understand? Educate yourself. Educate yourself. Watching it is not just, oh, I'm watching it to be entertained. There's a lot of history.
There was a lot of history.
A lot of things to learn from that.
Yep.
Right? So what was a couple of minutes of learning someone else's heritage or background so you could be educated?
Or
just seeing
the real world that you live in on TV.
Exactly.
Because there was so many things that were familiar to you and I. Like, you were talking about the boxers.
Yeah. There was so many. Yeah, the boxers.
I automatically zoomed in on the taco stand.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, there was a lot to take in. There was like so much going on. And did you see? I didn't realize that the branches, the trees were people.
Yeah, and there was a height limit. Yeah, because
that was crazy.
Because of the grass.
Yeah, the grass.
There was a lot of work put into this halftime show,
A
right?
lot.
And there was a lot of historical context in this show. Yeah. And if people felt like, oh, I don't speak Spanish, so I don't understand, there was like culture.
A lot of culture.
The girls doing the nails, right? That is not a Latino, the only Latino. Like, black girls love to get their nails done. Indian girls love to get their nails done. Yeah. White girls love to get their... We all like to get our nails done.
So much culture.
It is part of the culture to go get your nails done. Yeah. In the 90s, it was the Asian ladies that did nails. Now it's the Spanish ladies that do nails.
They even had the bodega.
It's culture.
They had the bodega.
And they called it La Marqueta. Because that's what you call it in Spanish. La Marquetas. We also call it, obviously, La Bodega. And I forget what it's called, Colmado in DR. Mm-hmm. So we all understood, different name. We all understood what it was.
We all understood what it was.
And it's culture, because if you're living in the 5 boroughs,
you know where the bodega
You know where the bodega is.
There's one on every corner. You know where to go.
Right.
You want that bacon, egg, and cheese?
Yep.
You know where to go.
And the owners have changed.
Yeah.
But it's still culture, because when we travel south, there are no delis, there's no bodegas, there's no marquetas. It's like you got to go to 7-Eleven or Walmart to get whatever you want, right? Yeah. A Wawa. So with that, and those are simple, like, cultural things that we recognized from the neighborhood. It wasn't even like ethnic. It was just the neighborhood. Yeah. And then there were moments like when the part of the song where he was talking with the lights, with the guys that were on the light poles.
Yeah.
So there was a point where they swung out, like there was a short, like the short circuit, and they swung out and they were just spinning and doing like this air choreography. And I was looking at it, and again, I watched the show totally scrutinizing to see like what was he gonna do, right? And when I saw the spinning and the choreography in the air, I was trying to figure out where I saw it. And I've seen this in person in Guatemala for Semana Santa, which is Holy Week. Yeah. And it's like it's like awe to the gods and whatever. And we all have that. Like the Aztecs have that. The Mayans have that. The Incas have that. All people have some particular connection with the gods, right? And how they kept culture in spite of colonization, and how you've kept it alive. And to me, the halftime show mostly was an ode to the joy that we still feel in spite of all the horrible things that were done to us, taken from us as different communities in the Caribbean, in Latin America. Like, it's like our joy is the greatest rebellion of it all. Everything that should have made us deter only made us want to do it more. And I guess that was the part that I was struggling with when people were like, I didn't like it. And it's like, come on, everyone was identified in this halftime show. Yeah. Like, the entire hemisphere was included. One way or the other.
He shouted everybody out. When he said God bless America and started naming all the Central American, South American.
Actually, it was cool because he started from the very tippity bottom of South America.
Yeah.
And worked all his way up to the Caribbean.
Up to the Caribbean.
Yep. And all the way up to Canada.
Yep. And he even, and it was nice to see him acknowledge Haiti and
Jamaica and Haiti.
Because we are a part of it. We are a part of that, And
you're also part of the history of these countries.
Absolutely.
And so it was important to acknowledge the Antilles or the Antilles,
Yes.
and all the other Caribbean countries. We are a collective, and we are truly the people that move
Yeah.
the world here.
Yeah.
And I always like, when we talk about moving, I'm always like, I'm gonna miss stuff from New York.
Yeah.
But what I'm gonna miss from here, if we ever left, is culture.
A lot. Yeah.
Like, I have access.
But we talk
to
about that
culture.
all the time. Like, when we leave New York, there's a lot of things that we're gonna miss about
Yeah.
it. I know.
It's the culture. We're gonna miss the culture.
We're gonna miss the culture.
And I think that's something that we understand so well, and I think in the boroughs and even in Long Island, because Long Island has become a very diverse place as well.
Yeah.
Is that our access to culture exists because of each other.
Of course.
And we all live together,
course.
and we all celebrate together. And if we're not celebrating, we're definitely respecting the fact that it's somebody's holiday.
Yeah.
So that was our take on the halftime show. And February, everybody knows, Super Bowl, blah blah blah, but it's also Black History Month.
Black History Month.
And I always make it a real point to always educate my children on Black History Month, right? Because the struggle of Latinos and Black people has always been parallel. For different reasons.
Oh, yeah.
Different reasons.
Yeah,
definitely parallel. I've always felt like many of us here on the East Coast hear a lot about whatever happened on this side, right? With slavery and, Jim Crow and all those things. We never hear so much about the West Coast.
No.
And they had their own crazy struggles. Latinos.
For sure.
They have the Brown Berets. We had the Black Panther here. So I've always made it a point to educate myself about Black History Month, as someone who lives in this fine city, with such a diverse diaspora of a Black community. And I say Black community because it's not just African American. It's also the families or the people, the diaspora that come from the Caribbean, actual Africa, that still have connection to the countries in Africa or the continent. So I like to think of it as it's Black history.
Yeah.
And Black history belongs to all of us, regardless of being apparently Black or not, being the obvious or not. We are part of the history as a community.
Absolutely.
So I did want to talk about Black History Month. And you wanted to talk about it
too.
too.
Touch base on Black History Month. It's February.
It's February, and we can't just go past it. Like, that's
no, absolutely
not possible.
not. Black history is actually, 365.
100%. 100%.
So, but February was chosen for us, as a month to shed light on, on Black history.
Before it was a month, it was just a week.
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
Right. So, February is the month that we use to shed light on, the negatives and the positives of Black history. Where we, how far we've come now in 2026, from, the age of slavery, which is still
and the progress.
In spite of
all the other things. I was researching and looking at things that we could talk about, and one thing stood out to me, and it was Black joy is the resistance. And I really had to think about what the article was saying. And in short, what it was saying was that all those things that we now call Black culture, right? The food, the music, step, the HBCUs, all those things that have emerged from Black culture that were a negative. That were the thing that was supposed to be the least you could have, quote unquote, That was the thing that made people dislike Black people, or that pointed them out, made them be the center of the hate, right? Is now the source of all joy. And I understood, like when I finished reading it, I was like, you're right. Joy is the resistance of Black culture, and it's the emerging of it. And when I was telling you about it, you were like, what do you mean? So, of course, I love collard greens. That's my thing. I really enjoy them. Collard greens with neck bone, right? Because it has to have the neck bone.
It all depends on who makes it, but yeah.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, I like mine. I like mine.
Not all collard greens is created equal.
That's true. But point in cases, collard greens was what slaves had to eat. But now, it's a staple.
It is a staple.
It's a staple. And when we talk about soul food, collard greens can't be missing. Yeah, because
when we talk about Thanksgiving dinner,
it's a staple.
Like that, it is a staple.
It's
collard
a staple.
Greens, as well as a lot of other foods, a lot of fried foods like fried chicken, stuff like that. Yeah, that was essentially a poor people food.
Yeah. Yeah. And when we talk about food, a lot of times, you and I, ethnically, right, from your Haitian background, my Guatemalan background, the dishes we love the most are poor man's food, right? Absolutely. We always say that.
Yeah.
And
lots
it was
lots
like
of street food.
And it's like what we had, is what they had, and then it was just passed down. And instead of seeing it as that's what we had, this is what we eat.
Yeah.
Right. And there's this cultural pride attached to it. And something that, the memory that jogged into my brain when I read that Black Joy is Resistance was that all-white party that we went to at the rooftop in Flushing for your bestie's birthday.
Yeah, that was my friend Claude's. He was celebrating his birthday.
Yep.
And it was an all-white party.
It was an all-white party.
Yeah.
And I remember I was sitting somewhere like far away. You guys were by the DJ booth, but I was a little further out, and I heard this roar of laughter, and I looked over, and it was all of you guys. Just whoever said whatever they said must have been hilarious. It must have been
yeah, I know.
like something very traditionally all of yours.
Facts.
And it was so beautiful, and I have that memory in my head. I also took a picture of it because it was so beautiful to see all of you guys just laugh, and it was like that heartfelt down from the belly, ha ha. And that brought me that, because it's like, regardless of how many things have transpired, I feel like Black culture is that joy, is that warmth, is that welcome. When I go into your family or any of my Black friends' families, I never feel the difference of my family versus yours. Like, it's the same welcome, it's the same warmth.
Same warmth.
What you want to eat? Do you want to eat? What do you mean you don't want to eat? What do you want to drink? Make sure you take something home with you. You know, it's that welcoming. And it's so crazy, because the reality is that attitude could have been so different because of all the things that people were put through.
You know, when we first got together, when I first met your family, I was so shocked at how similar we were. It's like we do the same things. We greet people the same way. We have the same mannerisms. You know, down to discipline. How we discipline our children.
Yeah.
Rules, things you just don't do.
Right. Etiquette.
I was like, wow, like,
we have regulations.
We are the same. Like, we are the same.
We're the same people.
Haitian, Guatemalan.
Right.
The same.
Same school.
Same school.
Yeah.
So yeah, and if a lot more people were open-minded, they would see how much similarities they might have with the next person, regardless of where you're from. Because you can be somebody white who grew up like somebody West Indian. with those same morals, those same principles, and you could meet a Hispanic or a black person and be like, oh yeah, we do the same stuff at my house. You may not eat the same type of foods, but you might be open.
Yes.
To, you know,
you understand.
You understand. Like, we all have similarities, man. And at the end of the day, if no matter what skin complexion you are, if you're a good person, then you have a lot in common with a lot of people.
100%.
Period.
100%.
Be open-minded, open your hearts to difference, because I see too, like, and you know, I know we wanted to move on from the halftime show, but you know, a lot of people are afraid of things that they don't know or understand, and that's sad, because you won't even be open-minded enough to say, hey, I don't speak Spanish, but let me see this halftime show. Let me see why the NFL choose to, you know, pick this guy. And, you know, and if you was really paying attention, you might have been able to see certain things that might have probably struck something in your head.
Resonated with you.
You know, even if you're not Hispanic. I'm Haitian, and there were things in there that I saw that were like, oh yeah, look at that. Oh, look at that. So there was something in there for everybody, man. And I feel like just, you know, certain people are just not open-minded, and I feel like you should be. Look, listen, this is a free country. You do whatever you want, but I think we've come too far as a people to not at least give each other the benefit of the doubt.
And the opportunity.
Like,
let me show you what we do.
Exactly.
Which is why I know that people it's been out in the media that they're going to get rid of, like, Black History Month, like Hispanic Heritage Month. What's the other one in May?
They may
Hawaiian, Southeast Asian,
they may
whatever
be able,
one. They want to get rid of that. And it's like, you can if you want to.
Yeah.
But highlighting allows for the opportunity to learn, because some people are not curious and some people don't live how we live, right? We live in a big city with lots of different cultures. I mean, Queens has been known to be the hub of the planet, quite frankly. And if you take away the ability to highlight, people will never know, because people are not really the type to just go and investigate on their own.
No, they're not.
So it's important to highlight it.
Funny, but we was watching that Tyler Perry movie.
Yes.
Yesterday.
Must watch.
Yeah. Well.
Must watch.
Well.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But they can do whatever. And when I say they, I'm not talking about specific people, but just whomever. They can try to take away our history on paper, but it will always be in our hearts. And it's going to be up to us to teach our kids our history, no matter what your history is. Because Black history is American history.
100%.
All right. Black history is Latin history as well. You know, Black history is minority, period. So they can try to, you know, take it away from our books, and they could try to take away Black History Month, and they could try to take away whatever it is that they want, but we still know. We remember, we know it, and we're going to have, and it's going to be our responsibility really soon to make sure that the people coming up under us know too. We cannot let them take away our history.
100%. And storytelling is so important. Like, I feel like you and I do that a lot with the kids.
Yeah.
Any opportunity we get, we like, if something comes up or we have one of our TGIF moments, we'll be like, oh, you remember? And we'll tell the story. And storytelling is, again, a very traditional Black thing to do, right?
Storytelling is something that'll never go away.
Everything cannot be written in a book, right? And and everyone's not going to write a book about their family. Like, that's tough.
No.
However, you know, we believe that when someone passes, they never die. Because they remain in the stories.
Absolutely.
And when you talk about people, you keep their memory alive. It's like they're still alive. The moment we stop telling our story, now we've reached a new level of emptiness that we should never know.
True.
Because then it's like, well, how am I supposed to know where I'm able, should go, can go, if I don't know how far I came or where I started?
True.
And that I doesn't have to be necessarily me, but my people.
Yeah.
Or the people that, you know, whose shoulders I stand on. And as a woman, I can say that I stand obviously on the shoulders of my mother and her sisters and my grandma and stuff like that, my grandparents, my grandpa. But I also stand on the shoulders of women I've never met.
For sure.
Right? Of different backgrounds, different ethnicities that may or may not have spoken the same languages I speak. And it's part of the story that we as ethnic people need to remember to tell the story.
For sure.
I went to a historically Black college. I went to 2 actually last week for work. And at Morgan University, they have the seats of the first resistance of those students that went to protest at the diner that had the hot water and the hot coffee.
Oh yeah,
of
course.
They have it, and I took a picture of it, and I was like, "That's so crazy." We know why HBCUs were created. Like we know why historically Black colleges and universities exist, but when you see the evidence of the crime, it becomes so different for you, and it's inspiring. Like if you weren't inspired by it, then you need to check yourself. But it's inspiring, and it just lets us know that we have to push it forward, which is why I feel like Cake for Breakfast was so important for us to get started.
Yeah,
because we can talk about those things now more openly with everyone else. It stops being a private conversation that we have at home.
We can, and we're not looking for people to agree with us.
Absolutely not.
You know, we're having a conversation, and we are inviting you guys into our world, and you can communicate with us as well. If you disagree with something, you can by all means let us know. Let us know. I mean, this is not, you know, we're not here trying to, you know, we're not communists.
There's no conversion here.
There's no
but there is a conversation here.
You don't have to we Cake for Breakfast for us was one of those things where it's like, we always have like some random dope conversations. Like we can talk about, we could get into something and then we could sit there for like half an hour to an hour just on it,
and we don't always agree,
and we don't
sometimes we're on completely different
tune in, guys. You'll see.
You'll see. Sometimes we're totally not in agreement for so many reasons, right? Because then we have our biases and our own experiences and our own thoughts, and so all this to say is we have to continue to tell our stories, whether they take something away or put something in place, whatever it is. Telling the story is so important. Current circumstances in our country make it so important that the stories get retold over and over again, and that we remember them, and that we remember them as clearly as we can, how we heard it, with the sentiment that was attached to it, because it's personal. Black history is personal, whether you're Black or not. Latino history is personal, whether you're Latino or not. Southeast Asian history, that's personal, whether we are that or not. Like every single historical moment that has happened in the world, crimes against humanity are personal. And the moment we stop talking about it, it means that we've accepted the fate that comes with it.
All right, guys. Well, speaking of moving forward, all right, we're going to move forward with trying some of these treats from Dana's Treats and Things, right? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Yeah, shoot. Yeah, so
you're gonna have one of those?
Yeah, I think I'm
Cake
gonna
pop.
try the cake pop, guys. Yeah.
Yum.
All right,
Yum.
should I?
You should. You
I
should.
don't know.
I highly recommend.
All right, let's give it a shot.
Go
Cake
for
pop.
it.
Let's go.
Yay. So again, can't remind you enough. I know they're good. She does a good job with that. If you guys have anything that you want us to try for a treat here at Cake for Breakfast, let us know. Drop it in the comments and we will most definitely be trying it because we definitely like our sweets. Join us next time for Cake for Breakfast. Let's see what we're going to talk about next.
Cake for breakfast. Tune in next time. Dana's treats and things. Very good. Delicious. Phenomenal. Later, y'all.